Okay, so we know that Trump has made quite a few tweets lately, and everyone is not happy. But if you notice, it says, "Thank President Obama. Barack Obama just announced that he is getting involved to defeat Trump in the 2020 election." Let's see here. Hold on, guys. Let me go back to the beginning.
President Trump on Tuesday shared an unfounded theory that an incident in which an elderly man was pushed to the ground by police in Buffalo, New York, during a protest over the death of George Floyd could be a, quote, setup. The president appeared to cite right-wing One American News Network in making the incendiary claim, which comes amid a national debate over police brutality. Trump tweeted, appearing to refer to a report on OANN, quote, Buffalo protester shoved by police could be an Antifa provocateur. 75-year-old Martin Gugino was pushed away after appearing to scan police communications in order to black out the equipment. I watched. He fell harder than was pushed. Was aiming scanner. Could be a setup?
I know that they are also saying that he's calling a lot of different things a hoax and leaning more towards conspiracy theories. So I have some information on that as well. Okay, before I get into some of the other things I want to talk about, this right here just popped up about the 5G and all of that. And if you have been around from my old channel, you know that I covered 5G very extensively. And I told you all of the harms, how bad it was. And I told you all of these things about it, what the towers are doing, what the smart meters are doing, the nanoparticles, the nanosensors. So basically, I'm just going to do this really quick because I have more things I want to talk about. But right here, let's see. It says that they projected to reach 668 billion at a 122% compound annual growth rate from 2020 to 2026. It says, what is the difference? 5G is on the verge of taking off. What sets it apart from its predecessor? Listen, now 5G is a lot different. It is not even in the same spectrum as the 4G was. For starters, 5G speed improvements are something to behold. It is up to 20 times faster than the 4G. On 4G, an average movie takes 6 minutes to download. With 5G, it will take less than 20 seconds. I mean, it's all about people getting lazier and more dependent upon the technology. So you'll get the faster downloads, increased connectivity devices supporting. So they're telling you that you're going to be able to have more things hooked up. And other benefits, 5G supports 10 times more devices per square kilometer. As a result, 5G will be able to seamlessly handle more devices within the same area as before. Now, even if you don't know as much as I do about the 5G and the radiation and the smart meters and how very dangerous this is and what they are doing to us with it, this right here should go ahead. This right here should let you know it's so much more potent and so much stronger. 5G will go from promise to roll out in 2020. It talks about it is more than the smartphone. In the coming years, the partnership between 5G, it could bring about a boom in smart tech. 5G network is perfect backbone. There is so much more. It talks about how it will be able, 5G enable self-driving cars to make split-second decisions, making them safer. These cars can also connect to buildings, street lights, other cars, and even pedestrians in the smart cities, responding rapidly to any issues and improving traffic flow. Now, I've talked about these smart cities. This article just came out. Now, with the self-driving cars, those they want everyone to have one. That way they can pick up and sense each other. And how scary is this? It can connect to buildings, streetlights, other cars, and even pedestrians in the smart cities. So it's already giving you. They're already telling you a little bit here. Also, guys, they're saying now that during this pandemic, if you have a baby or you're pregnant and getting ready to have a baby, that you're not allowed to touch your baby in the hospital. The baby will be taken from the mother, and kept away from her, and so they are both tested for the virus. So, like they talked about today, just have the baby at home. They said so many people have done it before. These vaccines are going to be mandatory, and if they're coming into your homes, making you do all of these things, I wish people would realize that the gold fringes on the flags, they started a long time ago, and when those gold fringes went on that flag, it indicated that we were no longer under a constitution, and it started indicating a maritime law. Now, I've showed you a few things about maritime law. They have also implemented the Noahide laws, which makes it pretty much okay for if Trump sees fit to kill all Christians or followers of Christ as well. So there's a few other things I want to talk about, but I want to get back to this really quickly. These two use cases are estimated to bring in a lot of money. 5G could usher in high technology industry, and it talks about the analytics, the advanced robotics, the smart factories. It can streamline manufacturing processes. Basically, you lose your job, and an AI can do your job at a factory or whatever. Robotic surgeries, and we've already seen this play out a lot, where a doctor is usually not even in the room. They can be in another state, in another country, another city, and then they just take control and basically do it like a video game, like back whenever we had the little stick that you would move around, back before PlayStation and all that came out, like old school game, where you had the little square and the stick and you just moved it around and pressed the button on top. They can literally do that. Now they are allowing the AI to actually make incisions and do surgeries, do cosmetic surgeries, things like that, just so you know. A new wireless era, 5G is only scratching the surface of its full potential, though we are basically already into this. They are just trying to bring it about in a slow way while they are keeping us locked down. The only thing that was left for them to do to us was do a lockdown, a curfew, and they implemented the mask. We have full-time surveillance. We have contact tracing, contact tracking. We have the nanosensors. We have apps that have installed massive tracking, all kinds of different things that is going on right now. And a lot of people think it's okay. Oh, if this is what we need, this is what we need. Open your eyes, people. When is this even okay? None of us should be bowing down just because somebody wants to go outside. Once they decided to open back up, this protest went crazy. And that's what they done. They waited until people got so riled up from being kept in, so stressed out about their jobs, and then they showed us, this horrific scene. It went viral, and then people started protesting. I have a few things about that protest too that I'm going to share in a moment. So it is only scratching the surface, like I said. There is a lot more. Map the state of facial recognition around the world. Smile, you're on camera. The facial recognition world map. The pandemic popularity is impacting industries. Visualization where 5G will change the world. Expanding the cannabis. I mean, come on, guys. M Cloud, solving the world. Something, it just went away. Solving the world's most challenging energy problem. So it did say that Obama, it says, thank Obama, he will be running against Trump. I do not know if that is 100% accurate. It just popped up. But let me show you a few more things. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the protest went worldwide. It has been in Paris, London, and a bunch of other places, and they state that they will come together and stand with us, and they want us to know that they are here with us, and that we are all for the same thing. And a lot of people, all lives matter. So Black Lives Matter to me is kind of like a spit in the face, because right now a minority of people are mixed and have a lot of different races within them. And honestly, that's kind of the thing now. So all lives matter should be the hashtag, and I'm going to start using that. But a lot of these people are marching because of what our government has been doing to us. The curfews, not being able to go out, the children not being able to go to school, keeping you locked in your home, taking the small businesses and making them where they can't operate at all, making them have to shut down, making it where the poverty people in poverty have to depend on some type of an allotted amount. A lot of people got one check, and a lot of people have not gotten it yet, and now they're talking about maybe a second one. And up in Canada, they actually gave out a check and then made it a reoccurring thing every month, and they did not do that here. And so right now, they have took out a lot of the small businesses, which now they have the massive corporations that will shut down when they are told, do what they are told. And then we have the people that are trying to live on farms. They wanted them to euthanize the cattle, kill their chickens, dump their milk, get rid of their eggs, all because of the virus. So as we see, they want us to be not be able to go and get our own food, not being able to grow our own food. There's a lot going on with this. So this is something that I did see, and it was called Taking the Knee. And it is the ritual as outlined in an official Masonic publication involves the participants have. Now this is something that is a Masonic thing, and it's all about kneeling on one knee before the body of their fallen master, who is then resurrected. And a lot of people are relating this to what is going on because they are taking a knee. A lot of people are saying his casket wasn't big enough. This is Anthony Timothy, who claims in a Facebook post that he knows this George Floyd and that he was his guardian and his lawyer. He was also his guardian ad litem or something. He claimed Floyd actually died back in 2016 and that Floyd was homeless. He also shared an old news clip photo of Floyd deep in the comments section. Apparently his post has been deleted by Facebook. Now this is the guy right here. And I'll blow this up. It's hard to read. You can't really read it. If you want to look him up on Facebook, you can. Some people are saying that he is just a conspiracy theorist. Some people are saying that they have spoken to football players and other people that actually knew the actual George Floyd, and that yes, he did die back in 2016. A lot of people are saying that the family is getting paid off. Last time I checked, the GoFundMe for his funeral was like $16 million, and I didn't think that was even possible, guys. So it says, I just spoke with George Floyd's lawyer. Conspiracy theory or not, you tell me. And then it says, a lawyer from my hometown represented George Floyd as his guardian ad litem back in 2016. The George Floyd he represented played football for Texas in Kingsville, just south of Corpus, before the school became part of the Texas A&M system. The George Floyd died in 2016. His sister came down from Minnesota at that time. Rather than retype all the info, here is what Mr. Jayfoot posted on his Facebook after finally deciding he could not hold his tongue any longer, particularly giving what is happening to our country each night. I spoke with Mr. Jayfoot a long time, Corpus lawyer, for around 30 minutes just now. He has put this info out there, but the media, sorry guys, I lost my place. But the media is refusing to play into it as it, big surprise, doesn't fit their narrative. Now, this is, a few people taking a knee. at games because, and the police officer took a knee right there. And like I said, there is a lot of stuff. This is also the Illuminati cards right here. They're saying that this guy took a knee at the casket. It's saying that the casket wouldn't even hold him, that it was 5'4". He's 5 foot. It says this casket wouldn't even hold a 5'4" man. Could have fit inside this child midget casket. Now, I am not saying that this isn't real. I am showing you what is going on, some things that are escalating around the internet, and I just want you to be aware of this. Please, I can't breathe, my stomach hurts, my neck hurts, everything hurts. They're going to kill me. Now, a lot of people have said that where the cop car says police on the tag, that it's not real, but other people have indicated that that is how it is. Now, also people are speculating that the cop that put the knee on his neck and then the cop that was arrested, it's not the same person. They point out the hairline up there, which is something that you can't fake. They point out his eyes, they point out his mouth, the way his chin is shaped. There's a lot of things people have pointed out. Like I said, this is something that's floating around out there. I have 2 eyes and a brain, and what is going on here. So the guy on the left is the cop that's been arrested, and the guy on the right is obviously the cop that put his knee on his neck. Also, Zuckerberg posts Black Lives Matter and pledges to review Facebook policies. So, also, this was something else. This was painted on a road right next to the White House. Cities ask if it's time to defund the police and reimagine public safety. Now, what they're wanting to do is they're saying that police are getting killed. It's not safe for them anymore. They're saying that it's not, it's too much for the police. They're wanting to bring in the UN. They're wanting to bring in, which they've brought in the military, the National Guard. They're probably going to bring in all of them. And the UN once the UN comes in, that's when we're going to see the dramatic changes. Okay. There's also more that goes with this. So, New York State, 57 police resigned to support officers fired for shoving the 75-year-old man. Now, this man, they had went up to him, and he was reaching in his belt, like he was trying to pull a weapon out. Trump tweeted about this. I just showed that. This is the same thing that they're talking about, but 57 police resigned to support the officer that was fired for shoving. Now, this was brought to my attention as well. The movie never came out, but to watch the trailer, it's available on YouTube. It's basically in martial law when all things, it's basically a military, like a FEMA, and when the UN comes in, it's all of these things happening, and right now they are deeming us unworthy. Oh, guys, here too. They are making it where nobody can get monetized if they're speaking out on any of the issues right now or anything against their narrative. I'm nowhere close to being monetized, but I just wanted to show you this. A lot of people are getting these emails. So for people that are out here trying to spread the truth, trying to bring people to Christ, to bring them to God, for people that are trying to show everyone what's truly going on, they are making it about impossible for us to keep going because they are taking down videos after videos after videos. Not only that, but, some people do depend on all of the money from YouTube because, YouTube is their full-time job. So a lot of people do work on YouTube. So for this to happen, it's hard on people. So you can't talk about any of these issues anymore. Also, guys, the Blackout Tuesday, when everybody was supposed to stay offline, and everybody was supposed to take pictures of a black screen and display it. Well, this is other things that was happening. This was people, police, military, whatever this is right here, they were seen putting the bricks up They were seen stacking the bricks, bringing the pallets of the bricks. Also, Hillary was supposed to go to court Tuesday, the day of the blackout, but for some reason she didn't go. They're not telling us why she was supposed to go, and they're not telling us why she was able to miss. So there's a lot going on, and I know this is a lot to take in, and I just kind of shoved it all at you at once. So I'm not saying at all that George Floyd did not die. He could have. I'm not saying that the lawyer is lying either. We know how they work. We know how they bring up false flags. We know how they bring in actors. But the brother putting out that message in that video that I put up earlier, he knows something's going on too, and you can tell it in his voice. He tells you not to fall for all the trash or the garbage. I don't remember how he words it, but there is a lot more to everything. So, also right here, Minneapolis City Council votes to dismantle the police department and vows to replace it with a community-based public safety model, which would be the UN. The UN will be patrolling the streets of America. Minneapolis is going to disband the police. Other states will follow. Now, there is, this was something that I took a picture of because I was trying to find a link and I couldn't post the link, but I got it to post. So, this movie right here, it did not come out. The trailer made it out, but the guy that actually made the movie, apparently he killed his wife and his child, and then he murdered his wife and his child and then killed himself supposedly. So it never made it out. But just think of all these things piling up. Just remember they have had us in a lockdown state of mind. They haven't let us out. All the small business owners are freaking out. They've put them out of business. And that's what they want. They only want the huge corporations like Walmart and Target, stuff like that open. They will comply with what is said. There will probably be doctors sitting inside of Walmart, outside of Walmart. There's a lot more to come. We just ain't got all the way there yet. But we have been... Everybody asks us, when is all of this stuff going to start? Well, we've been a part of it this entire time, guys. Whenever they done SH, whenever they done the 9/11, whenever they have done the Kincaid fires, the hurricanes, all of it has already started. They have already got so many people programmed, so many people have their guard down and are so dependent on the government, so dependent on technology. People don't even remember how to prepare, how to make a fire, how to get water. So these are things people really need to be worried about, looking into, prepping yourself for, because I'm telling you, they are going door to door. They've done said it a lot about doing the vaccinations, and they will remove your children. They've said that, and now if you're pregnant and you go to the hospital, your baby will be taken as soon as you have it, and you will not be allowed around it until however long, probably the 14-period quarantine time. So there's a lot going on, guys, and I just want all of you to take all of this in, because a lot of this is being planned. A lot of people are out there in this movement, and they're doing it for all good reasoning. But the problem with that is they don't understand that, they have all these government agents and officials in there making the fires happen, making the protest angry. This was something they wanted to do so they can induce a military, a UN, and a police state. Now they're wanting to defund the police department and take away our police department so everyone can have to deal with the UN. And when all this happens, we're talking prolonged detention. We're talking like Judge Dredd, Minority Report. We're talking all of these same situations, guys, that will be horrendous. Like I said, I just wanted to show y'all this theory floating around out there. Some may believe it, some may not. I'm not going to say either way. I have not looked into it thoroughly, so I do not know. But I'm just telling everyone, please be careful. If you decide to protest, just know that facial recognition is everywhere, catching everyone that will not comply. They are trying to take down as many people as possible. They're all saying right now, with this massive protest going on, that the second wave of the coronavirus is inevitable. People are standing right beside each other, screaming in each other's faces. They're saying that they are seeing a huge increase in everyone getting infected all over again. So, I mean, of course they're going to end up doing another lockdown, or they're going to bring in the military and the UN and lock us all down, which the military is already here. Guys, we are in what is called the latter days, right before the end times. We are right there at the precipice of it, the Pentecostal. Guys, we all need to just get our hearts right with Christ, ask for forgiveness, repent, accept Him as your Savior, know that He was crucified for all of our sins. We're all sinners. Know that we all can be redeemed through Him, and that we have to work through it. Ask Him for help. He will help us. He will be on this journey with you. He will keep you insightful. You ask for discernment, He will give it to you. Prayer does work, guys. I've seen it work so much. So God bless you all. Stop looking down at these technologies. It's hurting you more than anything. Start looking up in the heavens. That's where the signs will be, and we need to come together. And all of us know what's going on. So many people are waking up. So many people around the world are seeing all this corruption. We need to figure out some way to come together. And I'm not talking about the protests. I'm talking about some way to talk, because they are monitoring everything that we are doing right now. So God bless you all, and I will see you soon.